There's one right there. Don't step. There's a big one. I wonder, I can't see him when I'm landing, so I got lucky, I guess, that I did not land in one. So to start the testing program, I figured I would start with hovering. I figured this was probably going to yield the least amount of damage, so I figured I'd start here. And as you can see, I started with some initial success, although landings were a bit problematic. That success was pretty much short-lived, and most of the other attempts ended pretty much the same way. I had a lot of problems. The main spar was too small. The pivot servo wasn't able to maintain the location and the alignment well. I had the landing legs on the bottom of the wings, and every time they caught the ground, they would torque the wings and lead to a misalignment of the motors. So every time those motors were out of alignment, it would induce a yaw in one direction or the other, and it was different every time, so it was really hard to correct for. Part of the problem was I was trying to just hover it right off of the ground, take off nice and easy, which in hindsight what I should have done is just given it enough throttle, get it a couple of feet off the ground and get out of ground effect. Also, center of gravity was really important here, and if I had the center of gravity too close to the lifting line of the front motors, I really didn't have any control over the back end. And that was definitely causing a problem, and you can hear that rear servo surging as it's trying to level itself. This was actually my best hover right here. And as you can see, it's not really a controlled hover, it's mainly me just trying not to hit myself. But it was encouraging, except for the landing. So, bolstered with that success, I figured I'd give it one more try. And I have no idea what happened here. Essentially, I armed it and it went full throttle and took off until I could disarm it and let it crash. So this next stage of testing, I got rid of the landing legs on the bottom of the wings and went with this very high-tech foam block underneath the fuselage. Once I got it up in the air and got it out of ground effect, I found I had some better control, but I'm still having trouble with this yaw issue. Also, those motors were very small and the props were very large, and I was pretty much burning those up. So testing lasted about 5 minutes. This stage of hover testing, I went with the larger 2814 motors with the 10-inch props and had a lot better power. And you can see I was able to maintain control. I moved, if you see from the side, you'll see that I moved the ailerons all the way to the outside and got them out of the prop wash so that I wasn't inducing a yaw with every roll. I also fixed a problem with the tail rotor. Mainly that I had it programmed backwards for auto flight, so when it was trying to correct for a yaw, it was just making it worse.
You are the dumbest smart person I have ever met in my life.
For forward flight testing, I wanted somewhere where I had a little more room. And this is about the biggest area I know to fly in. I don't know how much throttle to use, so
Enough.
I'm going to use a lot.
Yep. You're going up.
Yeah, we are. But way too much up elevator.
Maximum trim reached.
We'll try and get her back here. We'll get her on the ground. It's right there about 4 or 5 amps.
Moving good.
Yeah, I got way too much. It's either no tail heavy or I've got too much. I can get her around here. Lights well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she landed beautifully. She. Ah. There's one right there. Don't stop. Ah. There's a big one. I wonder, I can't see him when I'm landing, so I got lucky, I guess.
Yep.
That I did not land in one. So, there it is. Busted motor mount. I just don't.
Can't believe the prop went right through.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Right there, right up through the wing. Well, hell, it flew. Armed. Motors work. Right, left, up, down. Video's good. Ooh, got to get off the throttle a little bit. Ooh, definitely wants to roll to the left.
Yes, it does.
Got to get off, get down a little bit.
I love the fact that you can see through the tail.
You love what?
The hole through the tail when you go overhead with the light coming through it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Little things impress me. Flying real smooth.
Yeah, she really is. That's 18% throttle. I can't even tell you what the amps are because they're bouncing around so much. It says 32 miles an hour, 31 over the ground. Right now it says I'm doing about, well, amps are jumping all around. I can't really tell. That feels really good right there, nice and smooth. Can't tell, I think I'm getting a little close to those trees, so I'm gonna bring her up a little bit.
Minimum trim reached.
Wait. Feels pretty good.
15.4 on the voltage. The current sensor was way off, and I was only using about a third of what it was showing. All right, so let's see. Bring the throttle back, pitch it up. That's full up. And there's the stall. Drop the tip just a little bit.
Left side drop just a touch.
Just a hair. So, I mean,
It's pretty controllable.
yeah, that was kind of power off. Let's do a power on stall. 10% throttle, 9% up, and just wants to fall off to the right again. Or left, sorry. A little close to the wires on that one.
Plenty of room, plenty
I'm
of
going to try fly-by-wire A here and see how she flies. So that is stabilized. She wants to lean to the left. It's cruising right along. Battery voltage getting a little low.
I'm sure the temperature's got something to do with that.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're back to manual. Back to manual. This thing is sporty. Is how I would phrase it.
Sporty. I like that.
All right, I'm going to bring her in. We'll do a right to left landing, I guess.
Makes sense. Minimal wind, but it is right to left if it is, if you had to.
Maybe we'll do a pass. I couldn't get her down fast enough, and I'm not totally comfortable with it yet. Flare right at the end.
Oh.
All
Watch
right.
watch your
Yeah,
there you go.
My head?
Yep.
No problem. Really no dip on that one. Not much.
Nope, throttle's all the difference.
It is tight in here though. All right.
Without the bank and yank of the wing, which you're used to in here, when you're trying to fly smooth, it does, at that speed, get small.
Throttling up. Bank out to the left here. 60% throttle. No problem climbing. Try coming down. Well, I imagine she'll roll pretty well. Nice low pass here. I'm just having trouble seeing the trees.
You just know they're there.
Yeah.
The middle gap's easy.
Yeah, she definitely isn't dropping the wing as much with this battery, although I am flying a little bit faster. Throttle up, she definitely wants to pull up. Gain altitude, that's not a problem. So let's see. Whoa. All right. Yeah, video is horrible.
If you got a bad antenna or something,
I'm thinking maybe.
or a VTX one.
Not connected well, maybe. I'm going to try and get her straight and level for a picture here, but kind of wants to bank. Come back this way. Back. A little proximity, huh?
There you go. Well, you're getting comfortable with how it reacts. That's
Yeah.
There's always a lot of space there.
Yeah, there's a lot of space. You just see if I can bring this in level here. %38 throttle. Still the same, 40, 48, 50 miles an hour, 52.
We have for voltage now.
14.4. Use 39, well, use 4,000 milliamps. Let's see how she is. We slow her down a little bit. Okay, so that's 40 miles an hour, 25% throttle. Still not as sporty, but I wish I had my amp draw was working better, because I'd like to know what she's doing it here at 30. This is, I hear my goggles going like crazy, right?
Yeah.
So, I do a slow pass here. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with that damn antenna. Probably frying my VTX. Because I've got really crappy range in here. And I'm at 200. Oh, you know what?
You're at 25?
I'm at 25 milliwatts, I bet you.
Oh.
I left it at 25 so that I wasn't burning it in the house,
Easier, yeah, you're sitting
in
there.
the shop. I bet you I'm at 25 milliwatts. Well, then this has been doing pretty good for 25.
Yep.
All right, well, 4,700 out of a 52. I don't think this is calibrated. I'm at 14.5 volts, and it says I've used 4,200 milliamps out of 52, and I don't think I've been in the air that long. So, but I'm not gonna destroy a battery here. We'll bring her in. Oh, got in the null.
Yep. Maybe go up and come between the trees
I could.
and land right at us.
Yeah. 14.1. 5,100 milliamps. Well, it's only a 5,200 pack, so I know that's not right.
We'll find out if it falls out of the sky. It does glide well, though, so you.
Yeah. Says I'm at 14.1, so. %10 throttle. Oof. 40%. Nice.
I think everything's good too. I heard no snaps.